be patient and ask Allah for the solution. And actually, I don't have any kind of thing that how to give even the um, solution to you. Only I can say that please smile, be strong yourself, and don't die before die. Okay, so mentally just be strong. Because sometime I watch some of the Islamic videos, and these days I am watching the videos of all the caliphs and all the prophets, and I feel encouraged that, oh, Alhamdulillah, at least they were must like in must trouble situation than us. Okay, so at least we have this kind of internet and other communication and connections. So with that we can communicate each other, we can get some energy from each other. But I believe if you think about those story, you will get motivated and you'll get some chance, and try to like, even you know that one time I told you that from my friend story that uh, you have to believe that die like death is certain. Okay, so this is Allah written, already mentioned that things that you will die. So everyday living is our like whatever things you are getting from the bonus things. And so every day you can, in the Fajr or in the Isha Salah, you have to say thank you for today, and you have to say that please give some energy for today, something like that in the Fajr. So this is actually the thing that every day is our bonus day. Okay, if you think like that way and feel that Alhamdulillah we have lived one day again something, so that time maybe even I am saying these things, sometimes I forgot to say thank you even to the nature or to Allah, something like that. But please be strong. Even if you die like a hero. So this is my case. Okay, I saw that those who are dying, they are dying like a hero. So I saw some videos that they like Hussein alayhi salam and the Karbala, and I feel that they just embrace the dying like a hero. Okay, so we are nothing like them. I'm just saying that how to get motivation, and talk to your father mother always. Okay, and if you have closest one like father mother, for you don't have the wife and son daughter, but father mother, talk to your father mother as much as possible. Please, they are the bank of the energy. Okay, and share those energy whenever we'll be in the class. Please share those energy to each of us. So this is our only source of energy, that so that I can, because now my door is closed, so I can whenever I leave, I can share that energy from you to others. Okay, so this is the case, and I want to show my smiling face to my daughter, because they know that their father is the hero for them. Okay, they didn't. So for that reason, even if I die, I want to die with my smiling face, because I have to die, I know. So please, those who are in COVID affected or your parents is there, please talk to them, give them the hope that lot of things you already achieved. Okay, so talk to the past stories, talk to all the success story, those what you have. Don't no need to discuss the TV news nowadays. Okay, it's also give me pain. So that, because lots of stories are not that much like, there are some fake news as well. Okay, so there are some with the vaccine, with the lockdown, there are some controversy. Okay, so we don't know about our life, but please talk to your parents with the positive things. Okay, even for you, whenever you are depressed, that time talk to them that please, Abbu Ammo, please tell me my childhood story, some successful story in my childhood, what I did, how I walk, how I talk at the first time, what. So try to learn those things. Even at my 40 years, I talk to my mother like that way. To give me inspiration. Abbu, give me inspiration. What I did at 5 years. at my 5 years. Okay, so please do those things. Okay, and no need to blame others, please. Okay, don't blame others, because we all are in the same scenario. I don't know that whether I am talking in the same, is it motivating you or not, but as I am smiling, but my family members are in very trouble. Okay, many of them are in um, COVID affected, and I can tell you, last 7 days I lost 4 of my close relatives, and in between one of them, like the wife died first time by the COVID, and after his janaza, the husband affected by the COVID. Then he went to the, he has to move to the ICU, then life support, and then within 7 days he gone. Okay, so this is the case. Wife and husband gone within the uh, this like a couple of days. Okay, so I don't have any kind of words to say anything who lost their parents and who lost their relatives, but I am really sorry for the scenario. So let's I start the session with some things. So how was the mid semester exam? I know there are so many feedbacks. So like one of the feedback is the time was very small. Without that, do you have anything to say about the mid semester exam? Anyone? Otherwise, I will discuss those things whenever I show you the answer script. But some of you say that the time is very limited or other things. So actually, that depends. It's like I have 143 feedbacks. In between, 5 to 7% says that time was not adequate, and other is said that it was okay, happy, Sarda, it was exciting, moja lagse, so many things are there. So when the is meaning that the time is very less, it means I will request you. Okay, of course, in the final and other cases, I'll think about those things definitely, but you need to think this way as well, that you are given one task and all of you are given one task. So within that task, whatever the outcome, you have to finish within the time limit. This is actually sometimes whenever we say exam, so you have to think that how I can manage. So every time before the exam, I put that the exam is not that how not regarding the output, rather than regarding how you be yourself during that exam time, how you utilize your brain, how you utilize your time, how you utilize your smartness, skills. These things actually taken care of in the exam, in the whole exam, because I was also like a student like you, and I know that whenever I got okay, like whenever somebody got highest mark, the syllabus is same to all the students. Okay, but why somebody get 80 plus and somebody not get 80 plus? Because it's not about the syllabus, rather than it's about that person, how he accommodate those things. So for me as well, every time whenever I'll check the script, uh, taking care about all the student in this year only. Okay, so I'll check like the IUT admission, I'll check who will get the 80 plus or something, and I'll check from him other person. Okay, that yes, this, because this question is not given to others like years. So no worry about that whether sir I get the time or not, rather than think that how much you can express yourself. Okay, so I'll check that how much, because even if you don't have the didn't get the time, the answer script can show those things. Okay, whether you said. So this is actually my part for the evaluation purpose. Okay, so no worry. Now you don't have to worry, because now the ball is in my court. All the answer script is in my court. So be relaxed. You all of you gave the answer, because all of you were there for 1 hour. So that means at least you answer. There is no faka khata or empty script. So this is a good for me. So for mid semester, I'll discuss whenever I try to check the answer is going to give it to you, and that time I'll discuss. Okay, so today I feel that I want to share the screen, not over there. I want to share the screen through the monitor. Okay, so I'll share monitor. Sorry, today I'm a little bit. Okay, so today is because it's little bit clear. So I believe I have to put off my videos. So this is the case, and I believe there is something. So I put so many screen. I have 4 monitors, so many screens. Okay, I believe you can see this. I have to put it there. Okay, so you can see me, and I feel that you can see me. Okay, I can see you as well. And this is my another screen. Okay, I want to show you. Thank you. Okay, so before I hope that up to 6:30 I'll take the class. Okay, so before mid semester, okay, or during the mid semester, we have covered up to this, okay, 57 or 82 pages. Okay, so up to this we came to the 7 layers, and we know that what the layers actually do. Okay, and we can see this video. And still I have 17 best. Okay, so just because I took it from there, so just know that each of the layers, they have respected responsibility. Okay, this is actually the cases. Okay, so this is the packet. The packet should looks like this, and each of the packet has something, and inside the packet we have the data. Okay, so the packet should move up to best 17, but it's not, because of the each of the layer. Okay, so the layer check that this is IUB, but it should come to IUT. So they say that no, it should not move to next level. Okay, so in the same manner, then BD, IUT, then Triple E, and best 17. Okay, so we can have these things over there. Okay, so actually with that, each of the layer actually do all the responsible tasks, and I have shown that application layers are there, then the technical aspect, then the network layers are there, then data links layers are there, and physical layers are there, and we have some little things we talk here as well. Okay, so next, I believe 3 to 4 classes, I'll revise these layers once again, like from down to top or top to down, because there is nothing called 1 2 3. Okay, so it can be down to top or top to down. Okay, so because of that, maybe I'll show all the things anytime. So try to visualize that what is physical layer. Then on top we have the data link layer. Then on top we have network layer. Though the serial is not here, correct. Then on top we have the transport layer, then presentation session and application layer. So I could not memorize, I could remember, because I know each of the layer what they are doing. Okay, so if I ask you to write down the your like home address, you can easily put that, okay, house number, then avenue number, then road number, then city name, then district name, then division name, then country name. It came automatically from your brain, because you don't have to memorize that, you know what is the. Okay, so because of that, I said that try to think what is happening inside each of the layers. So today, let me discuss after these things. Okay, so we know already application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical layers. And I told next 3 to 5 class or 3 to 6 class, I'll discuss about all the layers, and these layers are the main heart of the internet as well as the network. Okay, so again, let me revise. Okay, so application layer means network process to the applications. Okay, data representation layer, actually the presentation layer. Okay, that means if I move it to the next, like from the PowerPoint, I have to make it like a machine language or other things. So to do to check that whether everything is okay or not. Okay, then somebody else, I just disconnected. No worry. Okay, if you are disconnected, I have given the feedback, and there is only two slides you have to write down. Okay, so then we have the inter-host communication. Inter-host means every time, just believe that I am talking to you, so I am now connected with 114 participant. Okay, but each of you is connected through me. So me and you, me and you, me and you. That means with me, I have 140 connection. So with me, I have 140 peer-to-peer connection or a dual connection. So me and you, me and you, me and you. I am telling you means each of you. Okay. So it shows 114 connections. So I am the server. So from me, actually, each of you is connected. Like each of you have a dedicated connection to me. Okay. So because of that, you can send me direct message, direct link, and direct things. Okay. So it said that inter-host communication. So whenever we are sending, maybe there are so many routers and other things, but this inter-host, actually me and you. You means all the 116 students now, okay, online. So all the 116 students, me and you, and in between others are there. Don't think that connected via your friends. It's not like that. Okay, your device and my device is connected. Okay, so inter-host means my device is one host, your device is one host. Then transport layer, end-to-end connections. They will think the end-to-end connection, and now I have got so many personal messages in the chat that I am disconnected. So this transport layer actually deal with the quality of service. Okay, actually, then the network will decide the address and the base path. That means the router I'll show you in the router, we have up to this level. Okay, network level. That means in the network, like in the network layer, the IP addresses, MAC addresses are transformed. Okay, so in the network layer, the IP addresses is going on, and in the data link layer, it connect to the physical layer. So data link layer know the MAC addresses. Okay, because it translates from physical layer from the 0101 to the MAC address, so that the network layer can combine the MAC address with the IP address, something like that. Okay, I'll come again in some other example. Okay, so just try to remember. Okay, again, some these things up to this okay, so today I'll show you some of the things that how you can remember. So this is one kind of remember thing. I'll show you another one video as well at last to remember something. Okay, so just we have 7 layers. So I get it from one book that all people seems to need data processing. Okay, that means all means A for application, then people is presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and like physical layer. So the thing is, we are making one sentence. Otherwise, just try to understand in your way. Actually, I don't remember this one. Okay, I'm just giving you the things. Okay, so another example I put it here, that how the things are going on, like application, presentation, session, transport, data link, and physical layer, how they are doing. If you think about a practical case, okay, so something like that, you have a you want to write a 20 pages letter to foreign country. Okay, so from your Bangla language to another language, foreign country means this, like this way. Okay, so application layer means your that letter. Okay, then the translation translate the letter so that the receiver can read it, because it's foreign country. So Bangla to English, you have to convert it in the presentation layer. Okay. Then session layer ensure the intended recipient can receive that inter-host communication in the session layer. So you have to write down all the things and know that he is or she is there or not. Okay. Then the transport layer separate and number the pages, because you have 20 pages. So transport layer, because whenever you said it's all over 20 pages, but PDF file of 20 pages, but transport layer will send each one pages separately. Okay. So separate and number the pages exactly same way in the mid semester. Yes, in mid semester, so many of you asked me that is very boring, sir, to write down my names and student number in each pages. Okay. So I ask you before one day, like one night, okay, before 8 hours. So you can easily count down like 10 pages with your names and other things. Only you have to write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the 10 pages slash, like you don't know how many pages you need. Okay. But if you write down 1/10, so you know that, yes, I have used 10 pages. So that things you have to write at the end of the exam. Otherwise, you can write down all the things before the exam, because we said that collect all the pages and names and other things. Why I ask all the names and other things? There are many, even in your batch, there are many that during the scanning, they miss the pages, they put other pages because you are in so hurry. So due to this system, if you miss any page, that time I cannot take the evaluate correctly. Okay. So for that reason, I ask you to prepare yourself that way. Okay. So whatever that, use your transport layer. Okay. So transport layer means number the pages like the register mail, track delivery, and request another package if it is lost or damaged. Okay. So there are register email. Okay. Register mail. So think like that way. Then the network layer means the postal center, sorting the layer by zip code and route them closer to the destination. Okay, we know this thing. Then the data link layer is the local post office determining which vehicle delivered the letter. A physical layer is the truck. Physical layer, how the letter will move. Okay, so if someone will have some difficulties, please check this one, because we know this physical phenomenon over there, because in my area current is not there. Okay, so I'll put off my webcam little bit. Okay, so I believe that you can hear me. Can you hear me? Someone write down in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So thank you. Someone write down on the chat that you can hear me. Okay. Okay, so I need to finish very quickly. There are two questions. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Anyone just right? Yes, thank you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So over there, we have just think that now I'll show, previously I show only one computer layer. Now it will be inter-computer layer. Okay, because my UPS is running, so I want to go very fast. So now inter-computer means, just check, I have host 1 and host 2. So someone will be sender, someone will be destination. Okay. So in the host 1, the first three layers means application, presentation, and session layer. We call them as like they are dealing with the data. Then the transport layer actually make the packet. And because of that, we call this one as the segmentation, because they said they actually do the segmentation, the transport layer. The network layer actually do the packet, like how many kilobyte will be there and other things. So that will be done through the packet layers. And then in the data link layer, actually we have to think about the frames. Okay, previously we call this one as packets. So packet is doing with the kilobytes, but whenever he'll send the data, we have to think about the bits. So we have to convert all the things to the pulse train, okay, +5, -5, +5, -5. So we have to make the frame for this one, okay. So data link layer actually convert all the things to the frame, okay. And in the physical layer, it's nothing but the 0, 1, 0, 1, okay, 0, 1, 0, 1, all the things. So let me read this one. So we have one protocol data unit. We call this one as PDU, okay. So this is actually the protocol data unit. First, try to understand, okay, then try to write, okay. I'll give enough time. So first try to understand what is happening here, okay. So the electricity, okay. So in the PDU used for pair control between the corresponding layer. That means pair control means application to application, presentation to presentation, session to session. This actually handled by the PDU, that means protocol data unit, okay. Data is handled by the top 3 layers, then segmented by the transport layer. That means top 3 layers, presentation, session, application, presentation, and session. If you want to send one email, so these 3 layers actually have the data up to email. Then those are segmented. Afterwards, email is not like an email. Email is like a fragmented and other things, okay. So transport layer is segmented. So depending upon your speed, so you can find out in YouTube, there is a quality. So it says that automatic, or you can select the quality. So whenever it's automatic, depending upon your bandwidth, the highest quality is used. If you have very like broadband connection, the 7 HD here. If you have low mobile connection, you may have the lower speed like 100 and okay, something like that, okay. So this is actually done by the transport layer quality of service. So he make the segment, depending upon the segment, the buffering will be there, okay. So you know the term buffering, because how much size will be there for the each of the packet is depend upon the transport layer. They talk another person that how much your speed, okay sir, I have this mobile phone speed, okay, so maybe I'll send the packet 100 packet, or I can like knock that how much your speed, sir, I have broadband connection, okay, I'll send 10 packet, same data, but 10 packet, same data, but 100 packet, depending upon the speed, okay. Then the network layer plays into the packet and the data link frame packet for transmission, okay. So network layer do such a way so that it's ready for transmission, okay. It's ready for the post office, because before network we make all the letters and all the things all together. So physical layer, like before physical layer, I have to think. Physical layer means there is nothing, they are dumb, they are the trap, okay. So data link layer is the post office. So he'll think that what I'll use, do I use track, do I use van, do I use drone, do I use like helicopter or something like that, do I use Wi-Fi, do I use fiber optic, use like coaxial cable. So depending upon that, my bit will be changed over the media, okay, depending upon that. And the physical layer is physical, okay. So data link will convert all the things, okay. So this is the case. I believe that you know that data, what is doing in the network layer, transport layer, data link layer, and physical layer, okay. So a data link frames the packets. I believe that you understood. Otherwise, please, if you have any question, please ask me. Where is my screen for poll? Okay, so if you have any question, please ask me. Please ask. Okay. Yeah, someone. Irfan.
Sir, what's going to be the answer for this?
Haruna, yeah, say.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, what is going to be the answer for this question, for this feedback question?
Oh, so answer the responsibility of the first 3 layers are for the data, transport layer are for the segmentation, data link layer are for the actually network layer are for the packets, data link layer are for the frames, and physical layer are for the bits, responsible for the bits. Just write down this one, okay? The first three layers are responsible for the data. Then the transport layer is responsible for the data to segment. Then the network layer is responsible for segment to packet, then packet to frame, frame to bits. I believe that you can answer in your own words.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So I believe that I can proceed. So in next, just look, if you use, because here we use only two computer together, okay? But if you use some router, that time what happened? Okay, if you use some router, so look, in devices, we can see these upper layers, application, presentation, and session. Over there as well, application, presentation, and session, and transport. So up to this, over like 4 layers, we can see in the devices. But in the router, because these things are done by the devices, and in the router, we need the only transmit the data. Like think if you're later from America to Bangladesh, so it's not coming directly, so it should come through aeroplane. So there should be some transit, okay? So in Abu Dhabi, so you have transit, so you cannot go outside. Go outside, we don't need this layer. So you know, in the Abu Dhabi, you know that I need to go to the next Germany, okay, Frankfurt. Then I have to go to next like Bangladesh from America. Okay, so the router only know it's like a transit area. Router does not have any connection. So just look, as I told you, that PDU will have the pair to inter-host communication. So this application is connected to this application. These are connected to this. But this network is connected to this network, and this network. Data link is connected to this. Physical layer is connected to this. Because everywhere, for whenever I'll send the data to here, in between, I have to send to this router, and router has IP address, separate IP address, and separate like MAC address. So if you can find out in your home, the IP address of the router is fixed, like 192.168.0 and 1. 1 is for your router, or sometimes 0. 192.168.0 and 0. Okay, this is a fix for your router. So if I want to communicate your router, I know that I need that router, then another router, then the student IP address. So this is the cases. I believe that you can understand those things even with my other videos and other things. Let me finish very quickly. Okay, so this is where another question is there, that you have to write down the responsibility of the header and tailer. So in the PDU, at each layer in the TCP protocol, outgoing data is packets and identify for delivery to the layer underneath. Okay, so layer underneath. So outgoing layer underneath. Okay, so this is the case. Then PDU, protocol data init, the envelope the information attached to a packet at a particular TCP IP protocol. Okay, so I am showing TCP IP protocol because we need some IP addresses. So here we, for the example, we think that we need for IP addresses for header and tailer. Okay, so I'll show what is header and tailer, but just try to remember the header means PDU own particular opening component identifies the protocol in use and sender and intended recipient. That means the header means, where is anything? So header means the envelope over there, my electricity bills. Okay, just don't see this one, okay, because my bills and other. Okay, so in the envelopes, actually the header means this is my header, and in the tail I have something. Okay, so in the envelope I have two sides. One side is header and this is my tailer. Okay, so anyone without knowing what is inside, because it is already fluid, okay, nobody can open, but they can see, the public can see anything outside. The how many data we can see? Two data. One is header, one is tailor. Okay. So in the header, we'll put something. In the tailor, we'll put like that way. Just write down header and tailor. Even you can answer the these things even later, because I'll show header and tailor later on. Okay. So I believe that you can get these things. Okay. If you don't need to answer now, you can show it later. Okay. So I show all the things in a different way. Okay. I'll show some figures, other things. Okay. So end-to-end system. This is one computer, another scenario, one computer, then one link, then we have one router, then two links. I have to send the data E, not D. Okay. During that time, what happens? So send the data from A to B, then E, then F. Not another case is C and D. So to show those things, I just show that how the router route the data or route all the packets. Okay, I'm not showing other layers, but it's showing that from here I have to choose B, E, and F. So router B, E, and F is chosen, and data will move forward over there. The way envelope actually move. Okay, so just think, if you want to send the email, first we need to do the data. Okay, so we need to cover all the things into the data. First three layers is responsible for that. Then in the TCP/IP, we have the segment. So data is segmented, and we have another header here. Okay, we said the segmented header. Then in the network layer, we have packet. So network layer is doing the packet thing. So the things are a little bit bigger. So in the packet layer, we can, because whenever I got any envelope, you know that somebody put the stamp, somebody put the seal, and other things. Okay. So each of the layers are nothing but like that. Okay. So I have some document. So somebody make the document this. Okay. So this is my data. Now they said that TCP/IP layer, they said that this is actually segment. I have this kind of packet, 4 packet. This is segment. Then they said that, okay, this is one packet. I have one header, put the stamp. Okay. Then another one said that, okay, I have the seal. I am the data link layer, put all the things. So in the data link layer, what happened? We put some header and we put some tailor. Because in the data link layer, we can put the parity code 010 something, the parity code, so that whenever I'll get a 64-bit data, so first 8-bit may be header and last 2-bit maybe just think that tailor. Okay, so last 2-bit or last 1-bit, most of the cases, last 1-bit is my parity bit. Okay, so if I have so many data, before checking all the data, I'll check the last data. Then I check that whether all the data are okay or not with the parity code. Okay, you know that how the parity code is working. If it is okay, then I'll check the first 8 data. I know the first 8 data is nothing but the packet, like the first things. Okay, header. So this is actually the thing. I'll show you again something else. Okay, so in the data stream. Then in the transport layer, card the data in the segment. Then in the network layer, each of the data will have the network header. Then in the data link layer, we have the header and footer with previous thing. That means one data, then header and the tailor. Then in the physical layer, only 01, 01, 01. This is the case. So each of the layer, I believe you understood. Do you have any question? Because this is the same thing. I'll show some of the video as well. So if you have any question, please ask me. I believe no. Okay. So in another manner, check this is data 7, data in the 7 layer, we put one header. Then data in the 6th layer, we put header of the 6. Data in the 5th layer, header of the 5th. Data in the 4th layer, header of the 4. Okay, it's the transport layer. Then the network layer, we have the network. That means here we have the packets. Then in the data link layer, we have the header and tailor. Then in the header, we have something, and Taylor, we have the last bit. And this is a transmission line, and the 0 and 0 will transmit. These are all cases, okay? We, the electrical engineer, will do all the things up to like transport, up to network layer till the physical layer, most of the cases. I believe you understood. Okay, so this is the same thing. I put it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 6, layer 7, then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I put different ways so that you don't have to think that this is the number. That the sometime what happened, like the data is from this host, it is coming from application till the physical, but for this host it is going from down, so going from this layer to top. So don't think upper or lower. Okay, so for this destination, actually the physical layer is the upper layer. Then the physical, whenever the physical layer will say everything, it will move to the next layer. Okay, next layer is something, next layer, next layer, next layer. Okay, so understand this way, that or understand by yourself what is suitable for you. Okay, I'm just saying that please understand by yourself. Okay, so this is a case, another case. So this is actually the header and heads and layers. Okay, so I ask you to write down the responsibility. You can write down that in the headers we have the physical header, then network header, then internet header, and transport header. In the header we have this 4 header. Then in the Taylor is the parity bit, but in other messages we have the message things. So this is actually the header and other layers. So you can answer by yourself, but do you have any question? Otherwise I'll move forward, and maybe I'll show only one slide and some 2 videos. No question. Okay, I can move next. So I'll not read anything here. Whatever I said, that application layer and other things are going this way, then the network layer is there, then we have to move forward here. Okay, so I'll show one animation. I hope the animation will work perfectly. I'll show one animation in the next. Okay, so please be with me. Okay, let me, this is one router. Okay, you can see you can see the router. Okay, so you can see the router. So first, this is the message. We have the aim, and it's start from the, so we have to send all the thing to the destination. Okay, so afterwards is moved to the transport layer, and it will get the segment, and it will get the header HT as the transport. Okay, then it will move to the network layer. It will be packet, then it will get datagram and packet. Okay, so datagram is also another kind of name of the packet. So it will have the header as HN, like means network layer. Now in the physical layer, move. Okay, just look, because in the physical layer it will move very fast. It will move very fast because there is no header for the physical layer. So it will move very fast from the frame over there to here. Okay, so what happened, just look, in the data link layer we have the frame, so we have the header and Taylor. Okay, so this frame should stop where, up to the data link. Okay, so we said that here is one data link. Up to this data link it will be checked. This HL will be checked in the router, because in the switch there is nothing to check. It says that please move. Okay, so in the switch it's move, and at the router we are checking the whether the link address is same or not, exactly like the let me put off my head down. Okay, exactly like the post office. Okay, they check that whether the address is for me or not. So afterwards, whenever link is checked that this is okay, it will move to the next network layer and move to the destination. Just check. So it will move to the network layer, check that link is okay, then it will move to the next network layer, the network is okay, and this network address is this network address, it will move over there and check up to the message. Can you understand? Do you understand? Or I'll show everything from the beginning once, okay?
Yes, sir.
So I'll show everything from the beginning one, okay? So header things, okay? Look at the header. So this is the mass. Then move to the transport layer. We have the header of the transport segment. Move to the network layer. It should be datagram or packet. So datagram packet, they got the header of the network. Then move to the link layer. We'll have the frame, should have the trailer as well, okay? Trail is only for the parity code, okay? So in the next, this link, because in the sync node Swiss, we have straightforward, we'll send directly, okay? So this link will stop up to this link from here to there, okay? So in the router, we'll check whether the link is okay or not. If it is okay, we'll send it to the network layer. If it is not okay, we'll send it back to the switch, okay? So if it is okay, we feel that it is okay, then we cut, because it's work like that. We have the ticket, we have cut every part, okay? We cut every part and send it back, okay, in the network layer. So network layer will cut every part. So what happened? Just look, this network layer again put some because this IP address number is coming from here. So his IP address should be changed to this destination. So this N is router's number, but over there, this N is destination number, okay? So this destination and this link layer is for this PC. So afterwards, this link layer will check. If the link layer is okay, the network layer will be checked. If the network layer is okay, the data will be moved upwards. If the upwards layers are okay, data will be moved to the up, okay, to the application, presentation, and session. I believe you understood. Otherwise, in the next class, I will discuss the similar kind of things, but I believe you understood.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, okay? So let me show at least one video, okay? Let me show at least one video in 5-minute video. I can show 2 videos as well, okay? So let me show 2 videos. Sorry. Where is website? So let me. I don't know whether you can hear my sound or not. Share sound. Studio sound. Okay, I shared the sound. I shared the video. But there, I believe I should make it fully.
When discussing networking, it's handy to have an abstract conception of the different types of connections needed in order to successfully complete data transfers. Such a model was developed in order to help troubleshoot network problems, promote interoperability among devices, and to simplify the task of writing network protocols. More broadly, it provides an overall framework for understanding networking complexities. Known as the Open Systems Interconnection, or OSI model, it has 7 layers, each describing a different type of connectivity. Very briefly, those layers are as follows. Layer 1, physical. This includes the cable and wireless connections among devices, as well as specifications of the jacks, plugs, voltages, etc. Layer 2, data link. This layer provides the direct protocol connection between 2 nodes on a network and handles error connection from the physical layer. Layer 3, network. This is the routing layer, at which packets are forwarded from their source to their destination. Layer 4, transport. This layer coordinates the transfer of data between systems and hosts by specifying such things as how much data to send and at what rate. Layer 5, Session. For two devices to transact specific functions between each other, a session is required, and this layer handles setting up sessions, coordinating the rules for communication, such as how long to wait for responses, and how to terminate the session. Layer 6, Presentation. At this layer, data is prepared for presentation between layers. For example, data that is encrypted across a network would be decrypted at this layer for presentation to an application at the destination device. Layer 7, Application. This is the layer at which applications are displayed to the end user. That's all pretty complicated, and it helps to have a simple way to remember the names and the order of the 7 layers. Fortunately, people have come up with memory tricks to help them remember from layer 1 to layer 7, and also from layer 7 to layer 1. Here are a few of them. First, here are some tricks for remembering the layers from layer 1 to layer 7. Please do not throw sausage pizza away. Pew! Dead Ninja Turtles smell particularly awful. People don't need to see Paula Abdul. Pete doesn't need to sell pickles anymore. And these are from layer 7 down to layer 1. Anchovy pizza should tempt nobody's delicate palate. All pros search top-notch donut places. A penguin said that nobody drinks Pepsi. A priest saw 2 nuns doing push-ups.
Okay, boys, forget about the last 3 to 4 things for the memorization, okay? Because those are not with our class. So I want to show another video very quickly.
Welcome to Cert Bros.
Okay.
In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the OSI model. So, what is the OSI model? The model is a theoretical stack of 7 layers that can be used as a reference to help understand how networks operate. The model was introduced to standardize networks in a way that allowed multi-vendor systems. Prior to this, you would only be able to have a one-vendor network because the devices from one vendor couldn't communicate with others. It's worth noting at this point that we don't actually use the OSI model. We use something called the TCP IP model. The concepts are exactly the same, the layers are slightly different. So if we don't use the OSI model, why would we bother learning it? Well, that's because it's still referenced a lot when troubleshooting or describing network operations. Let's take a look at the layers starting from the bottom up. Layer 1 is the physical layer. The physical layer is the lowest layer of the OSI model. Its key responsibility is to carry the data across physical hardware such as Ethernet cables. Layer 2 is the data link layer. At this, the network layer. Layer 4, the transport. The transport layer of the OSI model adds the transport protocols such as TCP and UDP. TCP, for example, is used for error handling and sequencing to ensure no data is lost. This layer also adds the source and destination port numbers. Layer 5, session. This layer is responsible for establishing and terminating connections between devices. Layer 6, presentation. This layer formats the data in a way the receiving application can understand it. This layer is also able to encrypt and decrypt data if needed. Layer 7, application. This layer is where the application and user communicates. Application-specific protocols are used here, such as SMTP, if you're sending an email, for example. A really good way to remember these layers is simply, all people seem to need data processing. APSTNDP. So to fully understand how this model works, you need to see a real-world example. Let's say you send an email. The data travels through the OSI model, adding and processing data on each layer. Now this process is called encapsulation. Step 1, the application layer. Outlook creates the data, the email you wrote, the email addresses, etc., etc., and gets ready to send it using SMTP, which is the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Step 2, presentation layer. The data is formatted in a way the receiving device will understand. In this example, probably ASCII. This layer could also encrypt the data if needed. Step 3, session layer. A session with receiving mail server is started. Step 4, transport. This is where it decides to use TCP or UDP. In this case, we'll use TCP to make sure every packet gets delivered. Also, the source and destination port is added to the data. Step 5, network. The IP address of the mail server is added as the destination, and the source IP address is also added to the data. Step 6, data link. The MAC address of the router and the source MAC address of the host is added to the data. Step 7, physical. The data is sent out on the network using Ethernet. So when the data reaches the other side, the receiving device will process the data in the same way, but in reverse, starting from the bottom up. Okay, so that's the OSI model. But how can we use this to troubleshoot? You may have heard the term, oh, that's a layer 2 problem, or sounds like a layer 3 issue. When you hear that, that's people referring to this model. Let's say there's a problem with the network. If we go through this model, checking every layer, we can soon diagnose the problem. For example, layer 1. Are all the cables plugged in? Is the network card functioning? Could it be a faulty cable?
I believe that you don't have to, because just I want to show the videos to understand what is happening over there. So this is me again. So up to today's class, we have discussed this one. If you have any question, please ask me. Somebody have question, so please. Otherwise, this is up to today's class. We will have the Maghrib Azan. So somebody have some question? Can you ask? Sakib.
No, sir. Actually, I couldn't do the first part of the class because actually I was waiting for your class and I slept, unfortunately.
Okay, so you want to see the
Recorded video.
recorded, like, no, like 56, 58 and something, like feedbacks.
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir.
So from the beginning.
I'll collect it from my friends.
What is your question?
No, sir, I was asking actually the difference between switch and router. Actually, why these two terms are used separately? I see these two devices has the same.
Because
task, I think.
already I have shared one video in the in my channel, because we have discussed this switch, router and hub and bridge, okay, beforehand. Okay, so you have to think, you have to know what is the difference between switch and router, between hub and switch. So that video is over there. Okay, it's very straightforward. You know, from here you know that what is the main difference, because in the switch we don't have all the layers.
We
In
just
the router there. Okay, so in the switch we can do the MAC and IP address. That means the data link layer are there. Okay, so in the switch we have the data link layer, and it's nothing but like a repeater. So in the hub we don't have even the link layer, we have only the physical layer, and in the router we have the network layer. So these are the main difference. So in the router means post office, and switch means post office, but you cannot check anything because nobody will check. It's a airport where you will do the what just transfer from one one terminal to another terminal, nothing that. Okay, in the switch, you know that there is two terminal and you have to take the the train from one terminal to another terminal. Okay, so switch is like that. In the switch, you don't have the check to network. Okay, switch can check only the IP address.
access to network in the switch, right? So
Yeah, because rewind that class, then you can get all the things. Okay, so another person want to say something.
Please, can you show the feedback questions?
Okay, so can you show feedback? Which one? 58 or 59?
I think it starts from 56.
No. It's 58 and 59.
Oh, only two.
Only two.
Okay, so I got it.
I have to write down 59. So sorry, no, only two. Header, Taylor, and all the layers things. Okay, just write. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Only two.
Okay. Thank you.
If anyone have any kind of question for understanding, please ask. Otherwise, you may leave. Thank you very much. Yes, please.
Sir, can you give the answer of 59?
59. Okay, it should be. Sorry, no. It should be in the 88 page. This is. I was so hurry. 88. This is actually 59. Okay. So let me stop the video.